Hello friends, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how I made these table lamps and floor lamp from scratch. Using my rigid table saw, I started cutting 3/4 inch plywood into smaller rectangle pieces. With enough amount of wood glue, I joined both the pieces of 3/4 inch plywood to get 1.5 inch of thickness. I will use this for the base of floor lamp. I used rigid nail gun to apply some nails in the center. Using my DeWalt router, I started to cut the outer circle for the floor lamp base. I made this circle cutting jig at home using a scrap plywood. I used the same jig again to cut the inner circle for the floor lamp as well as two table lamps. Router was the most noisy part of my entire project. So, ear, nose and eye protection was mandatory. And now, ring-shaped base of the floor lamp is ready for the next steps. Using my rigid sanding machine and 220 grit sanding discs, I thoroughly sanded all the three wooden rings. I kept sanding them until I got the desired smoothness. If any area is not smooth enough here, it will give me hard time when I spray paint the lamps for the final product. I wanted 15-degree angle for the table lamps, so I set that angle on my Milwaukee miter saw. I used oak wood stripes and I cut required pieces at 15-degree angle. I drew reference lines to create the groove that will hide electric wire. Using my rigid table saw and micro jig gripper, I precisely cut the groove at correct depth. This is how the groove looks for both table lamps after the cut. And this is how the oak wood stripe will be inserted after electric wire is set in place. Here is the dry run of both table lamps to get an idea of how they will look after the product is complete. And here is the back side of the lamp vertical arm where electric wire will be hidden inside the groove. Wooden base is not heavy enough to stabilize all the lamps, so I drilled multiple slots in all the three wooden base rings using my drill press machine. This side of wooden rings will go on the bottom of the floor and it won't be visible to anyone. Using my two-sided hand saw, I cut opening slot in all the three wooden base rings. Here I will glue the vertical arm of the lamp. I glued good amount of metal washers in those slots using Gorilla Glue. This will provide enough weight on the base and it will stabilize all the three lamps. Using my drill press, I drilled a hole at exactly 90 degrees in another oak wood piece. This will be used to hold the mechanism for the bulb holder. Once I had all my pieces ready, I started the assembly of all the lamps. And please pardon here the low light because I was working till late in the evening. And here is the initial look of both the table lamps. Using the wooden screw and wood glue, I attached the base support for the floor lamp. And then after, I glued the top wooden horizontal arm which will hold the electric bulb holder. Using the wooden glue, I attached the wooden piece that will hold the electric bulb holder. I had to hide the electric wires even though they were on the back side of the lamps. So, I cut the wooden stripes of required dimensions for all the 3 lamps. Using enough glue, I attached those stripes to hide the electric wires and applied wooden clamps until the glue is set. And I repeated the same process for the floor lamp. Here, I am attaching the wooden stripe with the glue to hide the electric wire on the floor lamp. I used enough amount of clamps to hold it in the place. This will make sure that the inserted wooden stripe is not popping out. It will also drastically reduce my efforts on sanding it at the later stage. Once all the glue was dried on the upper body of the table lamp, I started to attach it with the ring-shaped base. I did the same process for the floor lamp as well. I applied enough pressure with the wood clamp until glue was completely set. Using my rigid sanding machine, I sanded all the 3 lamps until they all were extremely smooth. Any imperfection here, it will cost me a lot when I do the spray paint at the end. After thorough sanding and cleaning of the lamps, I applied the first coat of the paint and primer. I used black matte finish spray paint. In between each paint coat, I used 600 grit sandpaper to sand the painted lamps. This will ensure extremely smooth results at the end. I applied total 3 coats of spray paint on both the table lamps. And I repeated the same spray paint process for the floor lamp, and I did 3 coats for the floor lamp as well. I bought these lamp shades from Target for all the 3 lamps. For floor lamp, I got the large size, and for both the table lamps, I got medium size of the shades. I got these smart bulbs from Costco for 20 bucks. I can use the mobile app to set the schedules and 16 million colors for each bulb. I can also make a group for all the 3 bulbs and set the same schedule and color for all of them. Using the mobile app, I can turn them on or off anywhere from the world, even if I'm not at home. Alright, so I put together all of this, and here is the final product in my dining room. The best part of this entire project is, when I plugged in these lamps and turned them on, I did not set my house on fire. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much for your time and have a great day.